ministers and also the president of the countries. At that time, it was also a crisis time. It's actually similar to today. We have this COVID issue, which is right now causing disruption of economy worldwide. And it's affecting hundreds of millions of people, I would even say billions of people, in different ways. What I wanted today to speak was not about smart cities and all these issues, because the previous speaker was definitely describing this in their best ways. I want to speak about connectivity. I had the possibility to travel and also to live in 8 countries on all the continents, which was giving me the opportunity to connect with lots of people in each country and on each continent, and to get to know the cultures of the different continents. And right now, what I wanted to say right now is that in this period of time, it was very expensive to travel. And it was also something unusual. But then by the time, in the last 20 years, it became a normal issue. Everybody could suddenly travel, even cleaners could come 6,000 kilometers far to a country to visit, and it was affordable to travel. It was even that cheap that everybody could do it. But in my childhood, or as I was a young lady, it wasn't possible. So we have, in this period of time, I was traveling 20 years all around the world, and I was a cosmopolitan. I lived in 8 countries, and it was something which was very time consuming, very, it cost a lot of money. It was also not sustainable. And it was causing problems in sense of if you drive every year 100,000 kilometers by car and you travel on the top with the airplanes a lot, then this is not really sustainable. In 2010, my life has changed. In 2010 or in 2007, 8, 9, we had suddenly the financial crisis through property crisis, which started in America and was then also here in the Middle East, which was causing then a new situation. We had lots of people who lost their valuables, their houses, and also here in UAE, there was 500,000 people who left the country overnight. And we were suddenly confronted with what we are going to do if people are leaving the country and leaving the people behind who stay there and who solve their problems. In 2010, I took this as a chance, and I decided to work on downsizing assets and downsizing also businesses, as everybody did here in UAE, but also in Europe and in America. And in this period of time, I bought me my first MacBook computer. And I said, I'm going to learn right now in this crisis time some new tools. And I was very, very lucky because I had one great teacher at that time, which was a Google engineer who was responsible for traffic engineering for Yahoo engines and also for the Google engines. And he was teaching me at that time how to utilize the internet in the best way possible. So this was a new area because suddenly I had not to travel, and suddenly I reconnected also with friends in overseas, in America and in Europe, and it was for free. I set up in 2010 my first social media, the common one which you all know, Facebook, etc. Facebook had at that time 300 million people only, 250 million, 300 million. And in 2012, it was then 400 million suddenly. And nowadays, as you know, we are close to 2 billion people on Facebook only. And the same was happening on LinkedIn and also on the other social media. So suddenly the world became a very connected one. And we have right now the chance to connect through social media better than ever before. Right now, I'm connected with friends in overseas, in Africa, in America, in Europe. And just by a click of a button, you know, I wake up in the evening and I have my phone on the side of my bed, and I see my text messages from LA, from Los Angeles, etc. Just today, I was traveling the whole world. In the morning, in the early morning, I was with LA together. I was speaking with somebody there online. Then it was going over to Greece, to Europe, and then to Africa and to Asia. And right now here in the evening to this beautiful come together. What is now my main issue there, or what I want to highlight by this subject? There are still, although we have so many people right now on social media and also online in internet, and also with this kind of conference calls, etc. But there are still so many people who never used social media or also the conference calls. And we're even not using the simple tools. Yeah, WhatsApp has now most of them, but just to give a little throwback, in 2012, one of my board member, which was the president of Alstom, he had in 2012 no WhatsApp and no Skype. And it was normal for the people of energy global players to travel the whole world. Each of them, the executive staff, the whole executive staff, were sitting always in the airplane to meet each other and traveling the whole planet. And I said to him in 2012 already, why are you doing this? Is it not possible to do this with conference calls? Is it not possible to use also your Skype, also your intranet or the other possibilities which you have, instead of traveling around the world just for a 1 hour meeting? And right now with COVID, this is one thing which I'm very, very thankful at the moment. With COVID, we have the first time, or I have the first time, that I recognize that people start to use this now better. Not better in the sense of that they know how to use it, but in the sense that they are aware that we have this and that we have to use it. And I think these are the good things which we should keep also in the post-COVID time, in the sense of that we are not going to forget that this is also a lot of advantages which we have. We save time, we save money, we protect the environment. So we are also sustainable. And with the money which we have saved, we can support other causes if we are thinking to help also other people right now in this period of time, you know, which I hope so. So this was a little introduction of something which is on my heart that I had the last week, for an example, a professor in Germany, and I was asking him regarding Zoom call, and he never have used it. And how we want to change or exchange knowledge is, you know, we are right now in a period of time where we should collaborate worldwide. And we should use the possibility which we have. We have a free internet at the moment. We have free communication. And we don't need to travel around the world to meet each other. This doesn't mean that we shouldn't travel at all. It means only we don't need to travel every week or every 2-3 days to somewhere to meet people. It's absolutely unnecessary. In 2016, I had an invitation to give a keynote speech in Geneva by the United Nations UNITA. And they were asking me to come, and I have said to them in 2016, no, listen, we can do this by screen. And we can do this over Skype conference call. And you put a big screen up and I will speak to you. Because if I come to Geneva, I have to travel 6 hours. I have to prepare the flight because it's winter time. I have to buy here clothes. I have to go a half day earlier to the airport. I have to check in, I have to travel, I have to come to Geneva. In Geneva, I have to check out, I have to go to the hotel, I have to check in there, I have to prepare myself. I will be completely knocked out because of the weather and time change. And then the same way back. So for 1 hour speech, I should have contributed actually 4 till 5 days in sense of preparation just for the travel. And I have rejected it and I accepted it. And then I gave my speech online. In 2016, it was still a big fight in sense of getting this through because it was unusual. And so I have done a lot of conferences in the last 10 years. Actually, I'm a pioneer in this regards because I'm utilizing this already since 10 years. What we are speaking right now in 2020 through COVID, first time with this intensity that governments and also companies are asking people to utilize these possibilities. And yeah, I thought this was worth to highlight this because also still many people don't use it in a proper way. They need actually education in this regard. So we are offering this and we are teaching also to people. And we show them also other possibilities how to connect through other devices, through mobile phones and also the computer, etc. So, and this is something which is important because if we reflect this that before, calls were in 2000, for an example, I was calling the whole world over my mobile phone and it cost me monthly up to $1,000, $1,500. I'm saving this since 2010, since I use this. And I was teaching in 2010 as the pre-user of WhatsApp at that time. I was teaching people how to download WhatsApp, etc. Nowadays, I'm teaching them how to download the Telegram. So I'm using both, WhatsApp plus Telegram and other platforms also, you know. So now this is one of the things we have right now, a new world in front of us, and in the next 1-2 years we have to rearrange our world and we have to transform digital, and we will do this automatically, and some people will be left behind. As I said to you, in Germany, for an example, one of my latest contacts, a professor which has never ever used Skype or never ever used Zoom. And this is something which we have to teach to the people. And we have also to give them the possibility to use it to the max for collaboration, for knowledge sharing, and for global collaboration and global knowledge sharing. And eventually also, if we continue the businesses as we have done it in the past, which I doubt, I think we are going more now into a new situation where we will, each country in the world will start to look into the topic, how they can produce on-site, whatever is needed and required for each country, instead of buying it from overseas. So old bad habits to travel, if this is food, around the whole world. These are right now the moments where we can swap into a new, in readjusting these mistakes. If we see that we have, for an example, tomatoes which are traveling 10,000 kilometers around the world, while it could be grown in their own country, then this was from the sustainable aspect the wrong way. Yeah, okay, this is
I have a
right now.
question.
Yeah, please.
So how we can keep this online medium attractive after post-COVID? Like right now, people were stuck; they couldn't go in on-site events. But what do you think? What are the key factors we can, apply to keep this, online thing as attractive as it is during COVID?
See, we will have two different people. I have seen this already because I spoke with some of my, I have a community of 200,000 people worldwide. And of course, I'm exchanging with them also how they work and how they feel, etc. And they're giving me feedbacks. And we have a percentage of people who would love to work further in offices. So they want to go back to the offices because they like to interact directly with their collaboration partners and colleagues. And then we have some people who start to feel, hey, wow, that's actually nice. I can be at home. I can take my shower, I can sleep longer, I'm more relaxed, I can change my dresses, I can eat in between something. I'm responsible for my time right now, how I plan the time, and I have more time because this driving back and forth to the office is not more existent. And also, it is not necessary to work 8 hours in one go, for an example. Yeah. So there will be a percentage of people who will love this in the future also to continue in this way. But there are also some which are still not okay with it. So I have also friends which are saying, oh no, I want to be in the office again, and it's so beautiful in the office. And I say, really? So, okay, fine. Maybe if you have a wonderful office, but normally actually your home should be nicer than the office, or the office, if this office is so posh, then it's fine. But sitting there on a desk and having not the freedom which you have or which I have, I'm doing it already since 30 years actually like this, that I'm working from places where I want to work. I never was sitting in the office only in my formation time at the bank, at the Citibank when I had my formation. I don't see it so critical. And we see also that this COVID issue will be not over right now. And their expectation that in 2021, definitely till the end of the year of 21, that nothing is over. And so in this regards, I truly believe that people will adapt, and the majority of the people will adapt. I'm pretty sure about this. 80% will adapt, and we will get used to it, and they will do it. There are other sectors in the industry, such as, for an example, the university and the schools, which I feel that this is, must be somehow compensated. If children are not coming together anymore physically in a schoolroom, during the break outside, I feel that this could cause in the future some problems because working or learning from home is definitely something which is okay and acceptable for an adult, but for children which have to learn social behavior and which have to learn also how to work and collaborate with their buds and to play with them, and also to how to communicate with each other, I think this will be a big problem in the future if we are not finding there a middle way where either that we are learning online and they have later on a possibility to meet each other somewhere else, that they can learn from each other.
Okay. Yeah, I think it will be a new normal. So we can't have the old normal. It will be a kind of new normal we are going to have in the future now.
Yeah, but this will definitely cause psychological problems. Many of the doctors which are in education, or also university professors or schools, have addressed this issue to me, and they have said to me that they feel we feel that this is not the best way. Definitely for the moment, for the time being, yes, but not forever. Hopefully, inshallah, you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
So other than that, the new normal, I think we should not be isolated completely at home, and we should not lose our contacts to friends and families, etc. Definitely we should have an interaction with other people, but so many things we could reduce. So, for an example, a meeting in Dubai, to travel back and forth 2 hours to Dubai, 2 hours back from Dubai makes 4 hours. Being in a meeting for 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, why? This could be done online easily. I'm not saying we should do everything online, definitely not. But we could, a good portion of our work, we could do it like this. And also online orders, you know, online orders from a big supermarket. Why not? You know, let them deliver. You know, why not? This is not everything is bad, of course. As I said, your social interaction is important also between normal people. Also, it doesn't matter who is it, you know, it's everybody. If it's the children, or if these are executives, we need social interactions. But social interactions can be done also through text messages, voice messages, through conference calls, but not only. Important is that we have the right mix. I think this is the word,
Yes.
the final sentence to it, the right mix.
Yes, perfect. Okay, so shall we take some questions from the audience?
Please.
Okay, so please feel free to ask any questions if you have from the Madam Sabine. Or you can type in, there is a comment from Heather. He said, this is a great point, Sabine. I just moved from city to the country and experienced firsthand how hard it is to get reliable and affordable internet access. Without knowledge sharing, there is such a huge part of American population that will never get the opportunity to learn about our global community. So that's just one of the point being there.
Yeah, we have, maybe I want to say something to this. In 2012, I have worked also, or in 2014, I have worked also with Africa a lot. And I was surprised that Africa had actually quite good internet access. And some countries or some cities or some part of countries are sometimes not that good developed. For an example, Germany not. I'm from Germany, and I have in main cities, in major cities, there was problems with the internet stability of them, you know. So definitely we have right now also a new world in front of us regarding our working world. And the working world will definitely change also. We have industrialization 4.0, and with this, with robots and artificial intelligence, and also with the connectivity which we have, many of the jobs will not exist anymore. And right now, I hope I'm not, I'm talking right now as a futurist. We have at the moment a whole new world in front of us, and this will be implemented in the next 1, 2, 3 years. And we will not stop this. We have invested worldwide in robots and artificial intelligence, and we have pushed this development. And since we have pushed this, since the early moment, we know actually that we replace human work with this inventions, which is not a bad thing, you know, because also this is something which is new to us. It's maybe an idea which is to humans quite scary, certainly not to have eventual work. But we will have a lot of time which we can utilize in a different way. And this time, which we can use right now for other issues, for talents, for musicians, for cultural things, for exchanges, etc. Of course, now you would say how we do this if we don't have a work and if we don't have income.
So I got one more comment. So in the past, we had fragile people to protect and help, and now a lot of workers are weak front of coronavirus. Most of the people are impacted and a big part are made victims, and we have to help them to go ahead. Just one of the comment from the attendees.
From where? From
one of the attendees. This is the comment.
Yeah, from which country?
I'm not sure. It's from Virginia. I'm not sure which country she's from. Switzerland.
Switzerland. No, but Switzerland was not that bad actually, and also in Germany it was not that bad. We had only just approximately 8,000 people who lost their life. If we compare this right now to the previous years, it was actually basically the same quantity of people who lost their life. If we speak about deaths. About sickness as such, yeah, the COVID is grippal, if we say a grippal infect, which is not, which is actually dangerous for people who have preconditions, elderly people and also people which have something with their problems with their breathing, with the lung, etc. And I wouldn't say that right now the poor people are infected. This is actually not the case. In Africa, there was less COVID cases, and everybody was actually surprised that there was not that much COVID infections. I want not to speak so much about the sickness as such, because in general, the percentage of the people which were badly infected was not that high. The infections or the PCR tests which has been done was high, definitely, yeah. But the more PCR tests you do, the higher the results are. And but the PCR tests, part of the invention was done, by the way, in Germany, is actually not 100% truth. There is also a big percentage which is not showing if it's an infection which is running, or if you have only just something from a previous infection in yourself, you know. So, but we cannot change this right now. Fact is that we are changing the world in general, because we would have changed this world right now in these years. Right now, since the last 8 years, actually, I'm talking about that signature roundtable has to be done with governments and global companies to sort out how we do or what we are doing with the working forces, the people which will not have anymore a job. And right now, governments need either to pay them something, or they need to create new laws how the money get generated from the people who are making the most money. There are some billionaires who have said, okay, we need to bring in computer and robot taxation. The basic income is also solutions. You know, these are solutions which we have to discuss, and we have to implement this in the countries worldwide, because this is not affecting only just the developing world. It's also affecting the underdeveloped world. Even in Bangladesh and even in China, there are millions of people which are being made redundant in the future, or currently even already. So, and of course we need to eat and to drink something. So this is something which we could actually In 2016, I have met the Deputy Assistant of the Defense Department of America, Dr. Lynn Wells. Wells or Wells? Well, for me it's Dr. Lynn. So I can write this later on social media, the correct name. And we were speaking about how the future, about the problems in the future, and about the transformation process which we are going through right now, and how people will either go with the new technologies and with the new inventions, and they will be open for it, and they will embrace it, and they will say, yes, wonderful, let's continue. And then others want to go back into the traditional way, in the old way, which we cannot go, because once things are invented they are existing on our planet, we cannot turn back the time. So we cannot turn back the time, for an example, the light. We have invented the light. So we are not going to turn back the time and we go into the world where we had not the light. Same with robots and artificial intelligence. We are not going to go back anymore. We have to live with these inventions. And also, these are our last inventions. I had in 2012 exchanges with the MIT in America, with the professors there. And one of them they had a book which was Robots and Artificial Intelligence, the last inventions of human history, or the last invention of humans in our history. Something like this was the title of the book. And it is like this.
Yes.
But it's not a danger. And I want actually to enforce that this is not a danger. It is not something which we have to fear. We have to live with it, we have to learn from it, and we have to adapt. This is the time of change management and of adapting situation in the fastest way possible. And the problem which we have actually is that worldwide governments and the advisors of governments often are not that fast with solution concept models. Basic income is already implemented in several countries as a test model, and we need solutions. And also, this is not a huge problem, because still we are producing everything, but we have maybe to change the whole economic system and also our monetarian system. You know, money. Do we need money in this way like we had it in the past? Now I'm talking as a futurist, so please excuse me. But this question we have to answer in the close future.
Yes. Okay, so I think we are running short on time. Thanks a lot for your great discussion. It was really interesting. If there are any questions from the audience, please feel free to ask. Okay, if no more questions, I think I would like to thank Madam Sabine for her great talk and for her precious time today. And it was a pleasure listening to you, and look forward to working with you in the future as well. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for this wonderful come together today. I know normally you do this in face-to-face in Dubai last year, etc. Mm-hmm. And definitely also to create an online come together is something. And it's also valuable. And of course, maybe in the future, we could do smaller audiences, maybe with 1, 2, 3 people, which can ask and discuss maybe such topics. Sure. In the case somebody wants to have more information about me and our work which we are doing, we have a global think and do tank with 200,000 members in the world. Our brand mark was set in 2012 till 2014. I had driven a campaign about global challenges of the 21st century, which had 100 million views in 119 countries. And we have a lot of thought fingers in this think tank, and we have a lot of discussion and debates which are going really from black to white in all sorts of colors and different aspects and different societies, if this is executives, if this is the scientists, or if this is totally normal people. We have also in the slums in Africa a lot of connections with NGOs and people on site. So we are really quite diverse in our community, but also in the way how we try to bring changes to the world. And we try to connect people with each other. Actually, in the close future, I'm expecting that we are having a future where we have free knowledge sharing and free collaborations worldwide. And if we utilize this possibility which we have with the internet and the connectivity and with the technology invention which we have, actually we can create a beautiful world for all of us. The world is big enough, we have enough food, it's only just about distribution and it's about sharing. And this should be my last word for tonight. Okay, so then I say,